You're listening to Wake Up Memphis on the Mighty 990 FM 107.9 AM 990, streaming all the time at mighty990.com. Shelby County schools are now getting some push from Governor Bill Lee to open up within 2 weeks. Shelby County schools has been reluctant thus far. When do you think Shelby County schools should open up? Should they follow Governor Bill Lee's advice, or should they wait until the start of next school year? 901-260-5926. Coming up in just a moment, we're going to talk about the Affordable Care Act. There has been an executive order that's been signed by Joe Biden, which means the ACA, at least some additional parts, are back. We're going to unpack that coming up at 7:30. Another trivia question for you next hour. In the meantime, we go back to the phone lines. President Joe Biden has enacted additional portions of the Affordable Care Act. I would try to explain it to you, but that's above my pay grade. So we're going to go and talk to the president of Consumer Directed Benefits Solutions, located right here in Memphis. He's experienced employee benefits and health insurance with over 36 years of experience. We say good morning to Marlin McKelvy. Marlin, thank you for joining me on KWAM. How are you?
Well, good morning, Tim, and thank you for having me on.
Absolutely, and for complete disclosure, I should let everybody know that you have a family member that has worked on this program before, and the fruit probably does not fall from the tree because Claire is sharp as they come, and so it's an honor to have you on the show as well. And thank you for joining us to help break down this Affordable Care Act. So, what in the world happened yesterday, Marlin?
Well, President Biden has continued his record-breaking pace of executive orders since taking office, and every day's had a theme, and yesterday's theme was health care. So he assigned a executive order really aimed at strengthening Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act. And the most important takeaways, I think, for the people in your audience here today is that in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, this executive order signed yesterday will initiate what's called a special election period in the Obamacare or Affordable Care Act health insurance marketplaces. And that will allow people who are currently uninsured, and that's probably a thing to emphasize, currently uninsured, to enroll in coverage in marketplace health insurance plans to get coverage for the rest of the year. Then the executive order has outlined that this special enrollment period will begin on February 15th, and then will run all the way through May 15th. So actually, people will have a 3-month special election period starting in February 15th that uninsured individuals will be able to enroll in marketplace health plans through healthcare.gov, or if our friends over in Arkansas are listening, over through their state exchange in Arkansas, even if they don't have what would otherwise be called a qualifying event. So we really just went through the open enrollment period, quite frankly, for coverage effective January 1st. So this really affects the people that did not take advantage of the last open enrollment period, and they're getting a second bite of the apple, so to speak.
Hey, well, Marlon, let me ask you about Tennessee. You mentioned Arkansas. Didn't Tennessee at one point have some sort of a waiver? There was something a little different going on in the state of Tennessee over the last few years in the Trump administration. Can you kind of clarify, does this make any changes to what's going on in Tennessee?
Not immediately, but that will be previews of coming attractions. So other language in the order has set in motion a review of virtually all of the Trump administration executive orders that countermanded or amended in some shape, form, or fashion parts of the Affordable Care Act that were implemented by the Biden administration. So basically, they're going back and trying to cancel out as much, Trump tried to cancel out as much of Obamacare as he could, and Biden's coming back to return the favor on that. So one of the last things that was done towards the end of his administration was a waiver was issued for Tennessee to block grant Medicaid, or TennCare as we refer to it here. And that would just give the state of Tennessee a bucket of money from the feds, and they would use it as they see fit with much more control over it. That will be subject to review, and I would suspect that will have a high probability of being reeled back, along with a lot of other changes that were made during the last 4 years.
Marlin McKelvy joining us this morning on Wake Up Memphis. Marlin, if I were looking at this from the big picture, if I was trying to look at this and say, okay, here was the Affordable Care Act, along came Trump, how much of that did he slice away from the program, and then how much was just put back by this executive order?
No, major changes were made to the Affordable Care Act as far as the normal consumer would see it.
What about the mandate? Is the mandate back in?
No, the mandate is not back in at this time. Okay. And the mandate never proved effective, particularly. But there is talk about perhaps making a token, raising it to $1 or something like that to short circuit the case that's before the Supreme Court right now. But that's kind of a secondary, issue. So a couple of other things. We talked about this applying to people that aren't currently insured. So people that did enroll, this is not going to be an opportunity for somebody to say, "Oh, I didn't like I enrolled in Company A. I think I'll take this company time to move over to Company B." This open enrollment period will be for people that missed, the last one.
Okay. So the critical thing is people that don't have insurance can now jump in. Yeah, I believe you mentioned that period begins February the 15th until May 15th. And we got about 30 seconds left. Marlin, where should people go for additional information on this? Where should they go? Should they contact you, or is there a website that they need to go to?
They can go to my website at cdbsagency.com.
We'll have that on our live show blog, too, for people over at mighty990.com, and that way they can get in touch and find out more. Marlin McKelvy, thank you so much for joining us on Wake Up Memphis. All the best to you, and looking forward to talking to you again very, very soon. And looking forward to seeing your daughter in the office here in just a little bit. She is one of our favorites here in the building. She is wonderful. You ought to be a proud dad. Thanks so much, Marlin.
I am. Thank you very much, Tim. Have a great morning.